Okay. Hey! What's up, all my tops, bottoms, and girls of the world? Kenneth here, and I am back for another video. Today's video, I am sitting down and I am doing my makeup. I have not sat down in front of a camera and done my makeup in a while, like it's been a minute. And on top of that, I just haven't been into wearing makeup lately, I just haven't been doing my face as much as I used to. I mean, the nature of the world, you know, is obvious why I haven't been doing my face as much. But today we are going to paint the face. Okay, y'all have to excuse me for looking crazy because my eyebrows are shaved. I'm bald, my eyebrows are shaved. Bitch, I've been just falling in love with myself just at the purest form. Lately, I've been really being pushed into making a different type of content than the normal type of content that I make, like the story times and stuff like that. I really enjoy still telling story times, and I found a new love for telling story time. However, I am being pushed in a different direction spiritually, and I don't want to make like spiritual content or anything like that. What I want to do first, we'll do this first. I don't want to make, by the way, everything that I use will be listed down below. Okay, but I don't want to necessarily make spiritual content. Like, I just don't think that's my gig. I was today going to come and talk about my spiritual journey, but with that video, I don't know what all to talk about. Like, I think I know where to start, kinda, but I don't know what all to talk about. So if you have any questions pertaining to like spirituality and my spiritual journey and stuff like that, leave them down below, because I will come back to this video when it does come time to make, which probably will be very soon after y'all ask the question. But leave some questions down below that are pertaining to spirituality, my spiritual journey and stuff like that. Today, we're gonna talk about masculinity and femininity. I know this is the right video to make because last night I had a dream, and a dream I had was about Grace Jones. I don't know what the dream was about, but I know Grace Jones appeared in the dream, and for me, Grace Jones was one of the largest public figures that balance masculinity and femininity so well. What else inspired this video other than me wanting to talk about this topic for like a very long time now? What else inspired this video was recent comments on some of my videos. Yeah, there were people, and I'm assuming that these were new people, because if this was anybody that's been subscribed to me, they just don't know me at all, because I always talk with my hands. But I mean, with the nails now, with me wearing nails now, it's a little more extra, you know, but I really feel it now, you know, like my hand really be talking. I'm from Texas, and I feel like in Texas, we just talk with our hands. I don't know, I just talk with my hands. I'm very expressive. And somebody had the nerve to comment, a few people, on how extra I was like being, as if it was intentional, and then said things along the lines of, if you have to try that hard to be feminine, just stupid bitches, like, what, shut up. If you have to try that hard to be feminine, you are not feminine, or something like that. And I was like, girl, shut up. What century are you in? And you cannot have been subscribed to my channel and you gonna say that I'm too extra. But that's besides the point. So I really want to sit down and talk about femininity and masculinity today. So what we have been taught about femininity and masculinity, girl, the world is trash, okay? Now, the thing about femininity and masculinity, I think a lot of people realize this, but there is a large group of people in the world that don't realize that femininity and masculinity doesn't necessarily belong to anyone, meaning that femininity does not only belong to women and masculinity does not only belong to men. I feel like the more we come to like the realization that this is actually this is actually true, I know for a fact that we can move towards just being unified, like being unified within, so we can be unified on the outskirts also, meaning like in the world. But we'll get to that, and I'll talk about the importance of why. I mean, this whole video is going to be the importance of why these two things being in union, or at least like working together and coexisting with each other, are important. The things we've been taught about femininity, girl, from an early age, you're taught that, you know, the woman is in the house, mommy and daddy. From a very early age, the woman is in the house, the man is out in the streets, etc., etc., etc. And I think that that is a very outdated way of thinking. I think there's a lot of things that we need to update within the world. Just like technology is forever evolving. I think it's important, and this is why I don't do get ready with me's, because I be talking and not doing my makeup, okay? But just like technology is ever evolving, I think it's important to also evolve things like religion, things like textbooks and shit like that. You know, it's important to insert the new information that is out here. And you know, a lot of this information isn't like inserted. If you are one of those women that want to be like a housewife and stuff, I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all, bitch. Go for it, you feel me? But you are capable of so much more, and vice versa for men. The things we often associate with femininity, the nurturer, sensitivity, sweetness, supportiveness, gentle, warmth, empathy, and affection, the things that we often associate with masculinity: kind, honest, controlled, disciplined, protective, strong, rational, clever, and so on and so on. Now, you hear those things, and as a woman or a man watching this video, you probably realize that, but I'm capable of all those things. And that's my whole point. We are capable of so much shit. Okay, that's my whole point. We are capable of being controlled and creative at the same time. We are capable of being sensitive and strong at the same time. We are capable of being the nurturer and protective at the same time. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, right? Whatever we associate with these two things, we are capable of those two things. I think we as humans really fucked up, and I've said this in the video before. I think we fucked up when we start labeling people and objects as feminine or masculine things. I really do think that's when we fucked up, because I personally don't really do like the gender roles and things like that, which is why a huge part of why I identify as non-binary, but I'm not putting myself in this masculine box and this feminine box or whatever. Whatever comes and whatever happens, I'll just flow with life. It's just a very much so easier way than to live, other than having your ego have you feel like you have to be overly masculine at times or overly feminine at times. I do believe in past lives and stuff like that. I do know for a fact that I've been a woman in several of past lives, you know what I'm saying? But I strongly believe that I was reincarnated or just put here at this time with the planet and stuff like that. I feel like I was put here to simply help break, and I feel like that's all gay people strictly, you know, and I hate that the gay community really relies on gender roles. They have allowed hetero normal like stuff to really trickle down into the gay community. But I think the gay community strictly as placed on the earth to bring not only these two things into union, but to really break down the barriers of history. When I say history, I'm talking about his story, and I strongly believe that we are moving to her story, which is why you've seen us resurface. Is that what I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for and I can't find it. Which is why you've seen so many powerful women pop up within the last few years and really take control of their own narrative, like in the media and stuff like that. I strongly believe that everything happens with reason. We're not seeing men take a backseat for no reason and women just taking completely control within the world. That's happening because I feel like everything is happening with divine timing. Instagram, I have a friend, their name is I am 11 on Instagram. I'll have their Instagram little name right there or whatever. Go to their Instagram. There's an IGTV video there and it's titled See God in Everybody Outside of You or something like that. Go watch this video. In that video, they talked about a pendulum. They gave a perfect example. There's like a pendulum. I think that's the name of it. The thing that goes back and forth like that. Is it a pendulum? I hope it's a pendulum. Bitch, confirm down below if it's a pendulum. But how the pendulum has been going this way towards, you know, the masculine for so long now, and it's finally swinging towards the feminine. It's finally swinging towards the feminine. That way we can get to a place where it's balanced. That was a perfect example. Just to throw that out there, and I want y'all to watch that video if you are interested. It's like 50 minutes long, but it's tea. It's tea. I'm a person that is a huge like female rap fan or whatever. This is no secret at all, but I'm a huge female rap fan, and just seeing female rap just evolutionize and just really take over like mainstream media so quickly. It's like, oh, this is just divine timing. Like all these female rappers popping up and stuff like that. It's divine timing. The men had their time, and if men want to join in on this new future, I really think it's important for men to tear down that ego, tear down that wall of that they guard themselves with a masculinity. I think it's time that they tear tear that down in order, which is why you're seeing more sensitive men, I guess sensitive. Like really take a step back and notice that men that are really popping these days are either men that have been around or men that are much more in touch with their femininity. Men that aren't afraid to be the things that we associate with femininity. Men like Giveon, etc., etc., etc. Men that are not afraid to be seen as soft. We're seeing them take the lead in the role of masculinity, I guess. Y'all get what I'm saying? Because it is divine timing. It's just really time that we break down these walls that have been built for us. It's time that we break outside of these boxes that have been built for us. Let me move on to concealer, and then we gonna get back to the combo. Throughout my spiritual journey, I know concealing and stuff like that. Throughout my spiritual journey, I've really noticed that a recurring thing in my spiritual journey and stuff has been playing with both masculinity and femininity. The reason I think that gay men, queer people, and specifically women of color are put through so much and just really kind of demonized in today's society a lot of the times. I think that happens because whoever, it is that the white, I want to say the white man, but it's like you can't, it's the white man, bitch, okay? The white man, and no offense to the white people in the back, but y'all know what y'all people done did, okay? No offense to the white people in the back, but y'all know what y'all people did. The white man, I think, really started to demonize gay people and stuff after a while, because there has been instances in different cultures where, two-spirited people exist, and, being gay, anything that falls under the umbrella of queer. I hate using the word queer personally for what reason, I don't know. It's just really hard for me to use that word frequently. But what was I saying? That being anything under the umbrella of queer is nothing new. I think that it was demonized a while ago, just like women have been demonized a while ago or whatever. It's because whatever white man long ago realized the power, literally they demonize things like African spirituality, voodoo, witchcraft, etc., etc., etc. The things they demonize are things that kind of hold power, if you think about it. I mean, maybe this is just my mind or running wild or whatever, but I don't think that I will be here able to tell you this if it wasn't some type of truth to it. And there's so much depth to what I just said, bitch. But for real, the most powerful thing to me is a man or a woman that's in touch with her masculinity as much as she is in touch with her natural femininity, and a man that is in touch with their femininity as much as they are in touch with their masculinity, which is why I think in Black communities specifically, okay, taking it back to Black communities and gay communities or whatever, we're often demonized because we are some of the most powerful people. We are able to activate, or not necessarily activate, but be in touch with, it's just a different, it's a difference. It's a difference than when white people are in tune, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot more powerful. That's why I think Black men are steered so to the far left of femininity, and simply because I've always seen black men having to keep up these guards or whatever, is because I think whoever is in power, the white man, okay, is because I think the white man knows how powerful a Black man can be if he is in touch with his femininity. And I just got chills. I really just got chills because there's so many layers to this that I could dive into. There's always a book going on in my head. There's always a book going on in my head, and I just want to condense that book down to however many minutes I'm filming a video. Keep that in mind when it comes to me. You really have to think when I speak. Don't just take it off a surface level. Like really, really think, because there's also things that I don't necessarily want to say yet. I think it's because Spirit isn't letting me say a few things. But that's tea. I think that women are so powerful, just so powerful, so powerful. The only thing that holds women back sometimes is the simple fact that a lot of women are typically physically weaker than men. You know what I'm saying? But I think women are so much more stronger. Don't take that out of context. Please don't take that out of context. I think think women are so much more stronger than men. Okay, just simply being the type of person I am and experience what I've experienced a different type of people I've experienced, which have mostly been women. I think that women are so strong, but it takes a lot to not be in touch with your emotions. And I don't think people talk about that enough, which is why we really have to give people the opportunity, especially our men of color, the opportunity to explore their emotions and not shame them when they do seem more feminine and stuff like that. I feel like that's so deep rooted into the Black community that it makes no sense. I was on the topic of queer people. Queer people, we are so powerful. Y'all just don't know. We are so powerful, but y'all have been led astray. And it's not y'all fault. It's really not. You can't blame people that are led astray. You are in this world too, experiencing this world too. You know how, shit in this world go down. You can't blame people for being led astray. You can do nothing but lead them back to, truth. You in this world, girl, okay? That's why I could never be judgmental towards anybody, because I'm in this world too. Nothing surprises me. I don't know why people act so surprised when certain stuff happens. Nothing surprises me. Look at the world we are in. Look at the bullshit we have been fed. And my experience with femininity and masculinity, I've been ultra feminine my whole life, even prior to being raped as a child, because people love to say that if you're gay, you must have been like molested as a child, etc. Yes, I was molested. Me being feminine is kind of the reason I was raped, because the person that did that sensed that femininity in me at a very, 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 very young age. People refer to the devil. I don't necessarily think of like little red men or anything like that. I think of the energy, like that devil energy. What is a part of under that umbrella of devil energy would be things like rape. You know what I'm saying? Things that take you very far away from your childlike state. Simply because the childlike state, that is literally the most magic. It's where the magic lies. And not having to cross femininity with being gay, because you can be a feminine, you could be born a feminine male and not turn out gay, etc., 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 etc. But that's just always been my case. I've just always been attracted to men, like literally always, from my earliest memory. I tried to have a girlfriend. I tried. It's not for me. I've even crossed the notion of thinking that because I was so feminine, because when I look back at it, my mother was such a predominant, she lied in her masculine energy a lot. Y'all hear me talking about my mother a lot and not my father. Rest in peace to my father. He died at the beginning of this year. I'm still going to make a video about that coming up soon, because losing a parent is a very interesting experience. But looking back at it, my father kind of lied more into his femininity at times. Like, he was the breadwinner within my household, but he kind of relied on his femininity, because my mother was so overly powering in her masculine energy, where it was like her femininity was hurt. So with me also becoming even more ultra feminine as time went along, it was me really taking a lot, because it was kind of missing. Even though my mama, I grew up in a very interesting situation, because my mama was such a diva. She was a showgirl, bitch. Like, she opened up for Frankly Beverly Mays, etc., etc., like all artists like that. It's a list of artists. I don't know their name. I know Frankly Beverly Mays. That's it. Okay. But she's opened up for artists. So she like got into the glam of the thing. I mean, look at me glamming myself now. I get it from somewhere, right? Between her and the drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race and Beyonce, inspiration. It's just inspiration all across the board when it comes to, me doing the makeup and things like that, for sure. Plus, I've always had an interest in fashion, and fashion and beauty go hand in hand. And my mother kind of had to rely in her masculine energy, simply because specifically Black women are typically forced to lie in their masculine energy. Like, if we're being honest, they're forced. We live in such a masculine-based culture. We live in a very masculine-based culture, and it gives us little room to let, especially Black women, for the femininity to play. And I think it's very important to allow the Black woman's, or just people of color, or anybody's femininity to play, even men's femininity. A huge problem I think that's wrong with the Black community is just that a lot of our Black women have to rely so heavy in their masculine energy that they can even let their hair down to begin to play in their feminine energy. And that is where everything is created. I actually, I know that's why the Black community is so fucked up. Like, that's a huge reason why the Black community is so fucked up and nobody likes to really talk about it too openly. That is like a huge reason the Black community is fucked up. I have to catch myself at some points throughout this video, because with me just saying what I just said is reinforcing that femininity belongs to only women, and that's not the case. But I would hope that you get where I'm coming from with it. Me being a soul that's a rebel empath, being a rebel, just really being, a soul that works against everything that I've been like kind of taught. I know I'm here for a very specific reason. Me being that type of person, I've relied so heavy in my feminine energy. I haven't even begun to like let my masculine. I still have a wounded masculine. The girls call it a wounded masculine. My masculine is really wounded because I took up so much space in my femininity, because I feel like that is what is missing from the world. The real war is literally between masculinity and femininity. Literally. And so what's wrong with the world? The world is missing the nurturer. Let me blend this out really quickly, okay? And then we're going to come back and talk some more, darling. Let me blend this out though. I have to stop and mention that Danessa Myricks is now sold at Sephora online right now, and it'll be in stores, I believe, April 4th or something like that. But it's online right now. Danessa Myricks is sold in Sephora, so get you some Danessa Myricks. If y'all have not been around my channel for the longest time, I adore everything Danessa Myricks puts out. And just to know that she's a Black woman that has her hand in the products she produces, etc., 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 that makes me so happy to see her in Sephora. Girl, I could have did this out on camera. As simple as I did this, girl, I could have did this out on camera. No, I could have did this out on camera. Anyways, and shout out to the fact that I have not used a beauty blender this whole video until I got to the eyes. I just noticed that. I said, oh my gosh, I ain't used my beauty blender for real yet. Beauty blender is cute, but nothing lays a face the way a mother and brush lays the like foundation, the base, like for real. So what I'm doing to achieve this like quick little eye or whatever, I'm taking this white concealer. This white concealer comes from Danessa Myricks. Also, fun fact, Danessa actually made this product because of me. Her Vision Cream Cover Perfecting and Shaping Wand, she made this product because of me. That's a very fun fact that I don't think a lot of people know. The original product of this was the foundation version. The version of this is in like it's a bigger tube or whatever, and I was like, oh my gosh, this will make such a good concealer simply because of the cover. This palette I'm using comes from Makeup Institute. It's called Mixology. This was a palette that I got in the mail. It's the Happy Hour edition. I'm using a soft pink color in the color Cosmo, and I'm just going to blend that upwards and outwards, upwards and down. So the way I blended that with my eye shape and with me having no eyebrows, I work in a crease with it, and I go upward, and then I go down and outwards like that. Now I'm gonna go in with the color called Jello Shot, and we're gonna work that in there also. Then I'm gonna go back in with Cosmo and soften that up a little bit. And then I'm going in with the color, it's called Orgasm. I feel like, isn't there like a highlighter or something with this name from NARS or something like that? I know this name for a product before, Orgasm. And then I'm going to go in and blend that some more, just like that. I hope this is translated on camera well, because it's translated in real life well, but that's two different things. And then I'm going to go in with Screwdriver, which is like this mustardy yellow color. Put that in the inner corner, and then take Champagne and put that on top. So it's like this light yellow gold mustard situation in the inner corner. I really like that. And I think this eye is, we'll work with it. We're gonna keep working. I don't know if it's finished, but we getting somewhere. So I'm going to go a little more concealer, and I'm gonna blend that out. And we kind of go cut this like right here, but not like really cut it, because I don't want it to be like a harsh cut, but I want it to, appear clean, It's all about about the balancing act though. You know, be you, be whatever comes authentic to you, whatever you feel like comes authentic to you, whatever you want to be. But it really is all about the balancing act. Like even with these last few years, I've been struggling to really kind of heal my masculine. I'm not making this video making it seem like I'm perfect and have it all figured out. I don't ever want anybody to, you know, think that I'm perfect and stuff like that. That's not the case. But I will say that I am aware that these two energies exist within me. We're gonna let some powder sit right here and right here. I'm gonna go in with some bronzer and really kind of set where I've been contouring at this whole time. Just brush that over that like that. And this is also the reason why like a lot of relationships don't work, or they go completely south, or they go toxic or whatever. And I know this from experience. Everybody is interested in getting into relationships when they're not even balanced within. And you get into relationships, both of y'all leaning way towards your masculine energy or whatever, and not even recognizing the feminine aspect of it unless y'all are in the bedroom and somebody wants to be a little bit more submissive or something like that. Like that's the reason why a lot of relationships go south and everything is because these two things being in union is so important, and it starts within. Everything that you need, which has nothing to do with nothing, but everything that you need is within. You get me, and that's just that on that. I think that closes out the conversation pretty well. I don't know. I feel like there's probably more to be said, but we could continue talking about this because I don't want this to be one time we talk about it and then we done talking about it. No, baby. We gonna keep talking about this until we start seeing some change in the world. I don't know about y'all, but it really hurts me to, oh my gosh, I almost got emotional. It really does hurt me to see things go on in the world and knowing that there are things that we can do. We cannot fix everything, no. And I don't think that we'll see a huge change within this lifetime, but we are a part of a huge change that's going on, you know, for the future. We don't take care of home. Home is earth. And we don't take care of each other. We don't look out for each other. It's a very masculine based society, a very go get the bag society. And I'm tired of it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. Now I'm going in with some highlighter. This highlighter comes from About Face Beauty Halsey's brand or whatever. And this is in the color, this is not Sunstruck. This is Sunstruck. What I'm going to do is take some of that and put it right there like that. Just like that. Put that over the cheekbone too. Remind you that I did go in with some setting spray, so that's why I'm able to really use this liquid highlighter. Even though I think it works good over powder anyway, I really like this liquid highlighter. I'm going in with this Rare Beauty blush. This is one of the blushes to release since forever. This is in the color Nearly Mauve, and I'm just going to apply that on the high points of my cheekbones also. Just like that. You want it to kind of meet the tip of the eyeshadow. That's all I've been doing lately. Putting this over that highlighter, it gives it like the slightest like dewy finish. Y'all, bitch, I'm gonna have to give y'all like an in detail makeup tutorial. Okay, y'all, so I know y'all done made it to the end of the video. You probably were expecting me to finish the full face or whatever. Only thing I didn't really show is my lashes, but outside of that, with Get Ready With Me, they're gonna be a little different from now on. And I say that only because the reason I upload this is because I really enjoy what I was saying in the video. But outside of that, I hated the makeup process and stuff like that just because I'm such a fucking perfectionist, and I'm trying not to be a perfectionist because nobody is perfect, right? But I'm such a perfectionist, and yeah, I just wanted to upload this. I'll come back in a few days with a in-depth makeup tutorial where it's just all about the makeup. This is just for the makeup girlies, the girlies that came for the Get Ready With Me portion of this video. Okay, I owe y'all an apology, but I got y'all, I promise you. And that's all on that. Get Ready With Me's topic conversations. We are going to start separating the two because it just don't work for me. It just don't work. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you took something from this video. I will see all of you in the next videos. Always be sure to flip your hair. Even if you don't have any hair, be sure to flip it after you're done flipping your hair. Make sure you feel like you are that bitch, because we are all those girls of the world. As always, stay flawless. Check out any videos if you did not see them, these last few recent videos or whatever. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.